The rain hammered the roof like it was trying to drown out the secrets we'd all been keeping. I slammed the door behind me, my heart pounding harder than the thunder outside. And there he was, Justin, my brother's best friend, soaked to the bone, holding a six-pack and a DVD case like they were lifelines. "Austin," he said, his voice cracking just enough to cut through the storm. "I couldn't stay away tonight, not after what happened." I froze in the hallway of our cramped Brooklyn brownstone. The kind of place where the walls were thin enough to hear your neighbor's arguments but thick enough to hide your own. The living room light spilled out like a hesitant invitation, casting long shadows that danced with the flicker of the TV my brother, Tyler, had left on mute. Tyler was out. Some last-minute shift at the bar downtown. The one that always smelled like stale beer and broken dreams. He'd texted me earlier. "Justin's coming over for that flick we talked about. Don't be a ghost, man." As if I had a choice. As if I ever did when it came to Justin. He shook off his jacket, water pooling at his feet on the worn hardwood, and ran a hand through his blonde curls that stuck up in defiant spikes. At 24, Justin looked like he'd stepped out of one of those indie films Tyler dragged us to. Easy smile that didn't quite reach his eyes, broad shoulders from hauling boxes at the warehouse job he hated, and a laugh that could disarm a room full of strangers. But tonight, that smile was nowhere. His blue eyes, usually bright as the East River on a sunny day, were stormy, mirroring the mess outside. "Sorry I'm late," he muttered, kicking off his sneakers. "Traffic was a bitch and then, yeah." He trailed off, thrusting the DVD into my hands. Brokeback Mountain. The case creased like it had been gripped too tight. I swallowed hard, my fingers brushing his, cold and slick from the rain. Why this movie? Tyler had picked it, sure, but Justin bringing it felt like a loaded gun. "No worries," I lied, forcing a grin as I led him to the couch. The apartment was a testament to our half-assed adulting. Pizza boxes stacked like modern art on the coffee table, Tyler's guitar leaning against the amp like a forgotten promise, and my sketchbooks scattered everywhere, pages filled with half-drawn faces that looked a little too much like his. I was the artist in the family, or at least that's what I told myself while bartending nights to pay for art school tuition that felt more like a noose. Austin Riley, 22, dreamer with calluses from pouring drinks instead of holding brushes. We cracked open the beers, the hiss cutting through the awkward silence like a confession. The rain didn't let up, drumming a relentless rhythm that made the whole building feel like it was underwater. Justin sank into the cushions, closer than necessary, his knee bumping mine. I didn't move away, neither did he. So, I started popping in the DVD, the player whirring to life with that old-fashioned grind. Tyler's gonna miss the beginning. Again. It was our ritual, movie nights that stretched into dawn, the three of us quoting lines and passing a joint until the world blurred at the edges. But without Tyler, it felt different, charged, like the air before a blackout. Justin nodded, staring at the screen as the opening credits rolled over those sweeping Wyoming plains. Ennis and Jack, two cowboys with eyes full of unspoken hunger. I stole a glance at him, the way the blue light played across his face, highlighting the faint scar above his eyebrow from that dumb skateboarding wipeout last summer. We'd all laughed it off then, Tyler slapping him on the back while I patched him up with butterfly strips, my hand steady but my pulse racing. The first scene hit like a gut punch. Heath Ledger's Ennis, all bottled-up rage and quiet longing. Justin shifted, his beer halfway to his lips, frozen. "God, this movie," he whispered. "Tyler's obsessed. Says it's about freedom or some shit." "Yeah," I murmured, my throat tight. "Or about what happens when you deny yourself everything." The words hung there, heavier than the storm. I didn't know why I said it. Maybe because the rain was washing away my filters, or maybe because Justin's presence always did that. Stripped me bare without even trying. He turned to me then, really looked at me, and for a second, the room shrank to just us. "Austin, you ever feel like that? Like you're living someone else's life?" My heart stuttered. I'd felt it every day since high school, back in our Jersey suburb where coming out meant becoming the punchline. I'd buried it deep, dated girls to keep Tyler off my case, sketched my truths into notebooks I'd burn later. And Justin, God, Justin. He was the one I'd burned for. The one whose laugh made my chest ache, whose casual touches lingered like smoke. Before I could answer, thunder cracked, and the power flickered. The screen went black. Shit, Justin laughed, but it was forced. He fumbled for his phone, the flashlight beam cutting through the dark like a spotlight on our secrets. Guess we're winging it. In that moment, with the rain raging and the world unplugged, I wanted to tell him everything. But fear's a hell of a censor. Instead, I grabbed candles from the kitchen, Tyler's emergency stash, half melted from last blackout, and lit them on the table. The flames danced, casting golden flickers that made Justin's eyes glow. We talked then, or tried to, about nothing at first. Tyler's latest gig flopping, the warehouse layoffs looming like storm clouds over Justin's future. But the beer loosened tongues, and the dark hid blushes. "Remember that party at the loft last fall?" he asked, leaning back, his arm draping the couch behind me. Not touching, but close enough to feel the heat. How could I forget? Tyler had passed out early, leaving me and Justin on the fire escape, city lights sprawling below like a map of possibilities. We'd shared a cigarette, shoulders brushing, and he'd said something about wanting more from life. I'd almost kissed him then, right there under the stars. But I chickened out, blamed the buzz. "Yeah," I said softly. "You were wasted, singing off-key to that Springsteen cover." He chuckled, but his eyes were serious. "I wasn't that drunk. And you looked at me like you saw right through." The candle flame wavered, and so did I. Maybe I did. Silence stretched, thick as the humidity. Then his phone buzzed, Tyler checking in. "Power out here too. Stay put, brothers love ya." Justin typed back a thumbs up, but his face fell. "He's the glue, huh? Without him, we'd probably never hang." The words stung. Was that all I was to him? Tyler's shadow? I stood abruptly, grabbing fresh beers from the fridge, the cool air a slap of reality. Nah, we'd find excuses. When I returned, he was holding one of my sketchbooks, open to a page I'd forgotten to hide. A rough pencil drawing of him, laughing mid-story, with that scar catching the light. His fingers traced the lines, gentle as a whisper. "This is me." I nodded, heat flooding my face. "Just messing around." "It's incredible, Austin. You're incredible." His voice was low, raw. He set it down, but his hand lingered on the page, inches from mine. The power surged back then, lights blazing harsh and unforgiving. The movie resumed, Jack and Ennis tumbling into that tent, their first touch electric. Justin's breath hitched beside me. I couldn't look away, from the screen, from him, from the pull that had been there since the day Tyler brought him home from college, all freshman bravado and hidden hurts. Halfway through, during that gut-wrenching scene where Ennis screams into the void, Justin's hand found mine in the dark. Not accidental, intentional. His palm was warm, calloused, fitting like it belonged. I didn't pull away, neither did he. We finished the movie in silence, tears tracking down my cheeks that I hoped the dim light hid. Credits rolled, and Justin squeezed my hand once, then let go. "Thanks for tonight," he said, standing too fast. "I should head out before it floods." But as he shrugged on his jacket, the dam broke. "Justin, wait." The words tumbled out before I could stop them. "That thing you asked earlier about living someone else's life?" "Yeah. Every damn day." He paused, door half open, rain still lashing. "Me too, Austin. God, me too." And then he was gone, swallowed by the storm, leaving me with a sketchbook confession and a heart that wouldn't quiet. Little did I know, that night was just the spark. The fire was coming, and it would burn us both before it set us free. The next morning dawned gray and sodden, the kind of Brooklyn day where the sky presses down like a bad memory. I woke on the couch, neck crick kinked from the awkward angle, the empty beer bottles glinting like accusations on the floor. Tyler burst through the door around noon, shaking rain from his hoodie like a dog, his grin wide and oblivious. "Power's back. Missed the whole thing, huh?" Justin fill you in on the plot twists. I mumbled something non-committal, rubbing sleep from my eyes, but my mind was replaying that handhold on loop. The pressure of his fingers, the way his thumb had brushed my knuckle like a question. Tyler flopped beside me, stealing the remote. Dude, you look wrecked. Rough night. You could say that. I forced a laugh, stacking the empties to buy time. How do you tell your straight as an arrow brother that his best friend might be the reason your world's tilting? Tyler, with his easy charm and endless parade of dates, had no clue about the shadows I carried. Or the ones Justin might too. He cracked a fresh soda, his daytime vice, and launched into recap mode, spoiling Brokeback like it was a rom-com. That Ennis guy, man, total bro code violation. But hot, right? No homo, though. He winked, punching my arm. I winced, the casual dismissal landing like a bruise. Yeah, no homo. The lie tasted bitter. Tyler didn't notice, already scrolling his phone for the next binge. That's how it was with us. Brothers since the womb, thick as thieves, but blind to the cracks. Mom left when I was 10. Dad drank himself into an early grave by 15. We landed in foster care, bounced around until Aunt Lena in Jersey took us in. She was the rock, with her Sunday pot roasts and no bullshit advice, but even she couldn't fix what simmered beneath. Justin fit into that like he'd always been there. He and Tyler met freshman year at community college, bonding over cheap ramen and dreams of making it big. Tyler in music, Justin in whatever came next. Me? I was the tag-along, the little brother sketching their adventures while nursing my own quiet rebellion. By evening, the apartment hummed with normalcy. Tyler strummed his guitar, half-assed chords to an original about lost highways, while I prepped ramen in the kitchenette. My phone buzzed. Justin. Hey, last night was something. Coffee tomorrow? Just us. My stomach flipped. Sure. Usual spot? 10 a.m.? Perfect. Don't tell Ty. Need to talk. The ellipsis hung like a threat, or a promise. I pocketed the phone, heart racing as Tyler called me over. Play us something, Aus. That melody you were humming last week. I grabbed my sketchpad instead, flipping to a blank page. Later, man. Brains fried. Sleep came fitful, dreams tangled with tent flaps and rainy doorsteps. Morning found me at the corner cafe, a hole in the wall on Atlantic Avenue where the coffee was strong and the Wi-Fi spotty. Justin was already there, nursing a black drip, his curls tamed under a beanie, looking every bit the troubled poet in his flannel and jeans. He slid a cup my way, oat milk latte, extra foam, just how I liked it. Figured you'd need the caffeine. His smile was tentative, eyes searching mine like he was mapping unfamiliar terrain. We sat in the booth by the window, rain-streaked glass blurring the rush of pedestrians outside. Small talk first, the movie's ending, how Ong Lee's direction wrecked them both. But it circled back inevitable like water to low ground. About last night, he started, stirring his mug absently. Holding your hand. I didn't plan it, but I don't regret it. My breath caught. Me neither. The admission felt like exhaling after years underwater. He leaned in, voice dropping. Austin, I've been fighting this for so long. Back home in Ohio, it was church every Sunday, Dad's man-up speeches. College was supposed to be freedom, but Tyler, he's straight-laced in his way. Didn't want to mess it up. Tyler. The name landed like a wedge. So what now? We just pretend. No. Fierce. Sudden. I want to figure it out. With you. His hand crossed the table, fingertips grazing mine again. Electric. Real. We talked for hours. About the crushes we'd buried. The girls we'd dated as cover. The nights staring at ceilings wondering if we were broken. Justin confessed first. A fumbling kiss with a guy at a frat party sophomore year, chalked up to booze. Panic after ghosting everyone. Me? High school art class. Eyes on the quiet drummer who transferred out before I could say a word. By the time we left, the rain had cleared to a drizzle, sunlight piercing clouds like hesitant hope. He walked me to the subway, our shoulders brushing. At the stairs, he hugged me, quick, but tight enough to feel his heartbeat. Text me later? All night if you want. Tyler's shift started at 5, leaving me the apartment to pace. I sketched him then, Justin, not as memory, but alive. The curve of his smile, the worry lines etching his brow. My phone lit up. Missed you already. What's your favorite scene from the movie? The shirt. Ennis finding Jack's bloodied shirt. Hits like a freight train. Yeah. Proof he was real. We texted through the evening, words flowing freer than spoken. Tyler came home buzzed, crashing early with tales of rowdy customers. I lay awake, phone glowing, Justin's goodnight. AOS a talisman against the dark. Days blurred into a secret rhythm. Coffee turned to walks in Prospect Park. Leaves turning gold underfoot. Our hands swinging close but not quite linking. We'd talk dreams, his vague plans for graphic design school. My portfolio burning a hole in my bag. Laughter came easy, the kind that bubbles up from relief. But shadows lurked. Tyler noticed the shift, casual at first. You and Jay seem tight lately. What's up? Over breakfast burritos, his eyes narrowing, playful but probing. Just hanging. He's stressed about work. He nodded, but suspicion flickered. Cool. As long as you're good. I was flying, really, until the betrayal hit, swift as a sucker punch. It was a Friday, Tyler's band gig at a dive in Williamsburg. Justin and I planned to meet there, our first public outing as whatever we were becoming. I arrived early, nursing a soda at the bar, scanning the crowd. Tyler spotted me first, waving from the stage, his grin megawatt. AUS, front row for the show. I slid into a stool, heart light. Then Justin walked in, arms slung around a girl, brunette with a laugh like wind chimes. She was from his warehouse crew, he'd said once, offhand. But this? Intimate. His hand on her waist, lips brushing her ear. The band started, Tyler's voice cutting through the haze, but I couldn't hear. Justin's eyes met mine across the room, wide, panicked. He mouthed sorry, disentangling, but the damage was done. She pouted, confused, as he made excuses and beelined for me. Austin, wait. I was already moving, shoving through the throng, out into the night air sharp as betrayal. He caught up on the sidewalk, grabbing my arm. It wasn't what it looked. Wasn't it? I whirled, voice raw. Your arm around her? Like I'm just the side story. No, she's cover. Tyler invited the whole crew. I panicked. His face crumpled. Rain starting again. Fate's cruel echo. I can't lose you. Not now. I wanted to believe him. God, I did. But doubt's a poison, slow dripping. Then why does it feel like you're still hiding? He pulled me into an alley, away from the bar's neon spill. Because I am scared shitless of Tyler finding out, of my folks, of screwing this up. His hands cupped my face, thumbs tracing my jaw. But you're the truth I want. The kiss came then. Fierce, desperate, tasting of salt and regret. His lips soft but insistent, body pressing close in the shadows. It wasn't fireworks. It was a dam breaking, years of want flooding out. When we broke, gasping, he whispered, I'm all in, Austin. If you'll have me. I nodded, forehead to his. Try and stop me. We slipped back inside separately, the gig raging on oblivious. Tyler dedicated a song to the brothers in the crowd. His eyes on us both. If he sensed the shift, he didn't say. That night, we walked home together, Tyler's technically, but ours in the quiet hours. On the stoop, under the sodium lamp's glow, Justin laced our fingers. No more hiding. Promise. I believed him, until the real storm hit. Winter crept in like an uninvited guest, frosting the brownstone windows and turning breaths to ghosts in the air. November brought Thanksgiving. Aunt Lena's call from Jersey insistent. Boys, get your asses home. Turkey's not the same without you. Tyler jumped at it, packing the car with Tupperware dreams. I hesitated. Justin and I were navigating this fragile new normal, stolen moments between shifts and secrecy. Come with, Tyler said, tossing me a duffel. Jay's driving up too. Road trip vibes. Justin's eyes met mine over breakfast. A silent question. Road trip? His text buzzed later. Us them Turkey. Think we can pull it off? For Lena? Yeah. But careful. We piled into his beat-up Civic at dawn. Tyler shotgun blasting classic rock. Me in the back sketching the skyline fading behind. Justin's glances in the rear view were lifelines. Winks, shared smirks when Tyler butchered lyrics. The drive was 4 hours of suspended animation. Laughter masking tension, hands brushing accidental on purpose when passing snacks. Jersey welcomed with open arms and Lena's hug, bone-crushing and flour-dusted. Look at you, Austin, still too skinny. And Justin, honey, eat something before you fade away. Her kitchen was chaos. Pies cooling, Uncle Ray manning the grill out back, cousins underfoot. Tyler dove in, strumming guitar for the kids, while Justin helped carve. His sleeves rolled, forearms flexing in a way that made my sketches later feverish. We stole time in the attic that night, after pie and football on TV. The old house creaked like it held its own secrets, boxes of Dad's vinyl and Mom's letters gathering dust. Justin pulled me onto a quilt-draped trunk. His kiss slow this time, exploratory. Missed this, he murmured against my neck. You. Me too. My fingers tangled in his curls, mapping the warmth of him. No rush, just us, two boys finding language in touch, in whispers. We talked futures, him applying to design programs in the city, me submitting my portfolio to Pratt. Dreams felt tangible, shared. Downstairs, Tyler's voice drifted up, laughing with Lena. AUS and J are thick as thieves lately. Good for him, kid needs friends. The word friends twisted like a knife. We dressed quick, slipping down before suspicion stirred. Holiday glow faded fast. Back in Brooklyn, cracks showed. Justin's text slowed, work crunch, he said. I buried it in shifts, pouring IPAs for hipsters who tipped in crypto jokes. But doubt gnawed. That girl at the bar, was she the only slip? Climax brewed mid-December. A gig Tyler booked at a queer open mic in the Village. Irony thick as fog. Come out. Support your bro, he texted, oblivious. Justin and I planned it as date 2.0. Pre-show dinner at a hole-in-the-wall falafel joint, then blending into the crowd. The club was a rainbow haze. Drag queens lip-syncing Gaga, poets spilling verses of love and loss. Tyler took the stage nervous, his set raw. Songs of fractured families, hidden selves. The crowd ate it up, whoops and snaps echoing. I stood at the bar with Justin, our pinkies linked under the counter, a private anchor. Then Tyler dedicated. This one's for the ones we love but don't always see. For Austin. And maybe for secrets we all keep. His eyes locked on mine, guitar strumming soft. The room hushed, then erupted. Pride swelled, mixed with unease. Did he know? After, in the green room, Tyler hugged us both, sweat slick and beaming. Killed it, right? But his grip on Justin lingered, gaze sharpening. You too. You're good. Justin nodded too quick. Always, man. The drive home was silent storm. Tyler dropped us at the brownstone, heading to crash at a bandmate's. Alone, Justin and I climbed the stairs, the air thick. That dedication, I said, unlocking the door. Think he suspects? Nah. Ty's clueless. But Justin's voice wavered, pacing the living room. Or, maybe not. Shit. Austin, what if he hates us? He wouldn't. I pulled him close, but he stiffened. Would he? The fight ignited slow, then fierce. You don't get it? Justin snapped, pulling away. My folks disowned my cousin for less. Tyler's all I got here. If we tell him, we're not asking permission. My voice rose, hurt flaring. This is us. Hiding's killing me. I'm not hiding. Lie blatant. His phone buzzed, ignored. I just need time. Time. The word that had chained me for years. Like with her? The cover at the bar. His face paled. That was one time. You're twisting it. Am I? I grabbed my jacket. Go home, Justin. Figure your time out. He left in a huff, door slamming echo. I sank to the floor, tears hot. Tyler came home at dawn, finding me there. AUS? What the hell? Just tired. Lie again. He sat beside me, shoulder to shoulder like when we were kids. Talk to me, man. About Justin. My throat closed. It's complicated. He sighed, long. Life is. But you're my brother. Whatever it is, girls, guys, art school flops. I'm here. The guys hung, casual but seismic. Did he know? I nodded, mute, as he crashed on the couch. Reconciliation came tentative. A text from Justin days later. I'm sorry. Park. Please. Prospect under bare oaks we met. Apologies flowed. Hugs turned to holds. I freaked, he admitted. But losing you? Worse than any fallout. We vowed transparency, small steps. Tell Tyler together after New Year's. For now, we built. Shared sketches of his designs, my portraits of him reading Kerouac by lamplight. But betrayal's shadow lengthened. Christmas Eve, Tyler's gift to me. A leather-bound journal, embossed for the stories you won't tell. Inside, a note. I see you, Ouse. Always have. Proud. Heartache and hope tangled. I showed Justin that night, curled on my bed. He knows. Relief washed him. Then we tell him. For real. January brought resolve and ruin. Justin's warehouse folded. Layoffs hitting hard. He crashed more at ours, Tyler welcoming, clueless still. One night, beers flowing, truth bubbled. Tyler raised his bottle. To new starts. Justin clinked. Then, Ty, there's something. Austin and I. We're together. The room froze. Tyler's face shock, then softening. About damn time. Knew it since the fire escape. Laughter broke tension. Hugs all around. Brothers expanded. But euphoria cracked next week. Justin's phone rang during dinner, his dad. From Ohio. Eavesdropped words. Yeah, still with Tyler's crew. Nah, no girl yet. Lie casual. To them, I was invisible. I confronted him after, voice shaking. Still hiding? After everything. It's family, he pleaded. They'll come around. Or not. But I'm done being the secret. Door slammed again, mine this time. He left, bag in hand, crashing at a motel. Weeks of radio silence. Tyler mediated, pained. Give him space, Ouse. But don't wait forever. I didn't. Poured into art, portfolio glowing with raw emotion. Portraits of fractured loves, hidden glances. Gallery show loomed, deadline fierce. Justin resurfaced at the opening, suit ill-fit, eyes haunted. Your work, it's us. Beautiful. We talked in the alley, rain again, persistent motif. I called them, he said, told the truth. They hung up, but it's done. Relief crashed. And you? Us? I'm here. Kiss. Rain-soaked. Renewal. Spring unfurled tentative. Cherry blossoms dusting Brooklyn sidewalks like confetti from a half-hearted parade. Justin and I rebuilt brick by careful brick. Mornings tangled in sheets. His head on my chest listening to my heartbeat like it held maps to safer shores. His folks' silence echoed, but he filled it with action. Night classes at Fit, sketches of logos that popped with urban grit. I watched him bloom, pride swelling alongside the fear that it could wilt. Tyler adapted seamless, our trio evolved. Movie nights now included his knowing smirks. Brokeback retired for lighter fare. Call me by your name, elbows nudging during the peach scene. Subtle boys. He'd tease, but his eyes shone genuine. Aunt Lena visited once, eyeing us over meatloaf, then hugging extra tight. Love's love, boys. Don't waste it. But undercurrents swirled. Justin's job hunt dragged. Rejections piling like unread texts from his past. One night, post-interview flop, he snapped at me over takeout. You get it, right? Easy for you, art's your shield. Me? Bills don't care about feelings. The barb stung. I'm not the enemy. He deflated, head in hands. I know. Just scared I'll drag you down. You won't. I pulled him close, but the seed of doubt took root. Climax crested in May, a humid haze pressing the city. Tyler's band scored a residency at the Dive, steady gigs meaning rent relief. Celebration dinner at our spot, Falafel again. Full circle. Laughter flowed. Toasts to futures bright. Then Justin's phone lit up mid-bite. Unknown Ohio number. He silenced it, but Tyler caught the flinch. Everything good, Jay? Yeah. Spam. Lie thin as the pita. Later, alone in the kitchen, I pressed. Your dad. He sighed. Mom, actually, wants me home. Family crisis. Dread coiled. Go. But come back. He did 2 days later, hollow-eyed. Over coffee, confession spilled. Dad's heart scare, hospital bills stacking. They need me. Warehouse gig out there. Decent pay, temp. Temp. The word dangled. How long? Month. Maybe 2. His hand trembled on mine. I'll visit. Promise. I nodded, throat tight. We can do this. But distance devours. Weeks stretched, calls sporadic. His voice tinny over spotty signal. Exhaustion lacing every word. Texts turned perfunctory. Miss you. Busy day. My sketches darkened. Figures reaching across voids. Tyler noticed, cornering me post-shift. He's pulling away, huh? It's work. Bull. Talk to him, ouse. Before it festers. I did video call, his face pixelated in a dim motel. What's really going on? Silence, then. They. No. About us. Dad flipped. Said it's a phase. Come home to fix it. Mom's crying. Church pamphlets everywhere. Rage flared. And you're letting them? I'm surviving. Defensive, sharp. You don't get small-town hell. I get you bailing. Words escaped, venomous. He hung up. Calls ceased. Betrayal deepened when Tyler got the text. Group chat. Justin. Heading back to Ohio for good. Job's permanent. Sorry, guys. Love you both. Tyler stared at his phone. Then mine. What the fuck? I had no answer. Heart shattered, pieces sharp as glass. Gallery acceptance came that week. Solo show, village space, but joy soured. I painted through tears. Abstracts of storms, 2 figures back to back. Summer scorched, empty apartment echoing. Tyler rallied bar crawls, forcing sketches. He's an idiot, he'd say. But you're gold. Justin's silence screamed. 1 drunk dial. 2 a.m. AUS? I fucked up. They don't get it. But I do. Coming back. Hope flickered. Fragile. When? Soon. Slurred. Uncertain. He didn't. August brought a card. Unsigned. Postmark Ohio. Forgive me? Working on it. Rage turned to ache. I wrote back. Unsent. Work harder. Tyler's gig that month. Packed house, his set electric. I stood front row alone. Midway, door swung. Justin, disheveled, eyes locked on me. He pushed through, stage side. Tyler nodding mid-chorus. After, in the green room, I quit. Drove all night. Can't hide anymore. Relief ward with wariness. Prove it. He did public, bold. Next morning, called his folks. Speakerphone, Tyler and me flanking. I'm gay. In love with an amazing guy. Deal or don't. But this is me. Click. Silence. Then his mom's sob. Come home, baby. We'll try. Tears streamed, his mine, Tyler's fist pump. Welcome to the family. For real. But trust rebuilds slow. We dated deliberate. Park picnics, his designs critiqued over my lattes. Fights flared. His impatience, my walls. But makeup sex wait. No, makeup talks. Deep into nights, unraveling fears. Fall-colored leaves again. Our 1 year from that rainy movie night. Justin's portfolio landed him freelance. Logos for queer-owned shops. Pride in every line. My show sold out. Critics calling it raw revelation. One evening, rooftop of the brownstone, city sprawl below. He knelt, not with ring but sketch. Us, intertwined, eternal. Marry me? Someday? Laughter, yes. Kiss under stars. Yet humanism tempers. His folks visited tentative, dinners awkward but inching. Dad's handshake firm, mom's hug lingering. We're learning, she whispered. Tyler's wedding next spring, to a bassist with killer smile. Best man duties split. Me and Justin, toasts laced with inside jokes. Life's not fairy tale. Bills bite, doubts whisper. But in the quiet, hand in hand, truths faced. Love's messy, brave, worth the storm. The wedding was Tyler's masterpiece. Backyard affair in Aunt Lena's Jersey sprawl. String lights twinkling like captured fireflies against the dusk. Folding chairs scraped on grass. Cousins in sundresses swaying to a playlist of Springsteen and soul. Tyler, tux rumpled already, grinned ear to ear as his bride, Mia, walked aisle of wildflowers, her veil catching breeze. I stood beside him, best man tie crooked, Justin mirroring on her side. Our nods across the altar a private vow. Never thought I'd see the day, Tyler whispered pre-ceremony, clapping my shoulder. You next, AUS? I chuckled, glancing at Justin adjusting his cufflinks. Curls tamed but rebellious strands escaping. Give us time, bro. The officiant, Lena's old college pal, queer as the rainbow, wove words of enduring love, through tempests and calm. Rings exchanged, kiss sealed, cheers erupted, reception blurred. Toasts roasting Tyler's stage fright, cake smeared like kids. Justin pulled me to the dance floor during slow set, his hand low on my back, bodies swaying close. Remember our first dance? That alley, rain pouring. How could I forget? My cheek to his, world narrowing to bass thrum and his cologne. Cedar and citrus, grounding. But under joy, undercurrents. Justin's folks had RSVP'd no, work conflict. The email read, subtext heavy. He'd shrugged it off, but I saw the flinch, the way his laugh hollowed at mentions of family. They'll come around, he said later, over beers by the fire pit. Or they won't. Got my own now. I squeezed his knee. Damn right. Autumn deepened. Leaves carpeting parks in crimson and gold. Our life settled into groove. Justin's freelance booming, clients from Etsy shops to startup cafes. His home office a chaos of tablets and takeout wrappers. I graduated Pratt that semester, diploma framed crooked above the couch. Landing adjunct gig teaching illustration at a community center. Kids with wide eyes and wild ideas. Evenings we'd cook, his chili spicy as his wit, my pasta al dente with herbs from the fire escape pots. Conversations evolved. Not just us, but world. Pulse memorials on TV, sparking debates on visibility, safety. We got lucky, he'd say, tracing my palm. Brooklyn bubble. Yeah, I'd counter. But bubbles burst. Winter whispered early. First snow dusting stoops like powdered sugar. Holidays loomed. Tyler and Mia honeymooning in the Keys, leaving us the brownstone. We decked it modest, tree from the lot, ornaments thrift scored. A glittered cowboy hat for Brokeback nod. Sketch of the three of us clipped as star. Christmas Eve. Justin's surprise. Drive to Ohio, unannounced. Face it head on, he said, packing the Civic at midnight. With you as backup. Heart swelled, nerves jangled. 8 hours blurred. Podcasts on queer icons, his hand on my thigh at stops. Dawn broke over Flatlands. His childhood home a squat rancher with faded siding. Wreath crooked on the door. His mom answered. Flower on apron. Eyes widening. Justin? Austin. Hug tentative, then tight. Dad in the living room. Paper folding slow. Gaze wary over glasses. We sat kitchen table, coffee steaming. Awkward as unsaid apologies. Justin Dove. Wanted to see you. Both of you. Stories flowed, our shows. Tyler's wedding pics passed on phone. Laughter cracked ice when Dad grumbled about city traffic. Then, the pivot. About before. The call. Justin's voice steady. My hand under table anchor. I meant it. Austin's my life. Us, it's real. Silence thick. Mom teared. Reaching. We were scared, baby. Church says. But heart says different. Dad cleared throat. Lost my brother to silence once. Won't lose you. Not absolution, journeys start. Hugs goodbye, promise of visits. Drive back. Justin's head on my shoulder at a red light. Thank you. For being my brave. New Year dawned crisp. Resolutions whispered. More travels. Less fears. Spring brought Justin's exhibit. His designs, bold graphics screaming identity. Opening night, crowd buzzing, his folks there, plane tickets our gift. Awkward small talk by cheese platter, but Dad bought a print. 2 interlocking gears, subtle rainbow sheen. Summer heat wave tested, AC busted. Nights on roof with fans and fansies. Fights flared petty. His late nights, my grading piles. But makeup mended deeper. Letters left on pillows, I choose you, always. Tyler's first anniversary bash. Barbecue blowout. Mia pregnant announcing with a bun-in-oven cake. Toasts turned teary, his arm around me. To family, blood, chosen all. Fall harvest, we road-tripped Wyoming, Brokeback pilgrimage. Mountains majestic, tents pitched under stars. By campfire, Justin's story. Like Ennis, I was afraid, but Jack taught me. Love's worth the mountain. Kiss slow, embers glowing. Back home, proposal proper. Central Park, under that gnarled oak, ring simple, silver band etched with intertwined initials. Forever? He asked, kneeling in leaves. Twice over. Wedding planning whirlwind. Small, June. Rooftop venue with skyline view. Invites eclectic. Pratt profs, fit mentors, Tyler's band. Ohio kin. Vows handwritten, mine. You saw my hidden lines, drew me out. His. In your truths I found mine. Honeymoon Italy, Venice canals, his sketches of gondolas, my portraits of him in sunlit alleys. Home to Brooklyn, life layered richer. Years fold. His studio thriving, agency offers. My tenure track, books illustrated for young dreamers. Tyler's kid. Our nephew. Crawls, then walks, calling us Unca Aus and Unca J. Justin's folks evolve. Pride pins at our vow renewal. Dad's toast. To the son who taught me love. Not perfect. Losses come. Aunt Lena's quiet passing. Grief shared in vigils. Protests we march, hands linked against hate. But in the brownstone, now ours, movie nights persist, new classics, old comforts. That rainy night? Origin story, hook that reeled us in. Love's drama. Conflicts conquered. Betrayals mended. Emotions etched deep. Human. Flawed. Enduring like America itself. Vast and varied. Where truths, once hidden, light the way. Decade marker sneaks. Calendar flipping to that December again. Rainy anniversary eve. Echoes of the storm that started it all. The brownstones evolved. Walls repainted sage. Justin's designs framed gallery style. My latest book on the shelf. Hidden strokes. Memoirs in ink and image. Dedicated to the friend who became truth. Tyler crashes often. Kid in tow. Mia's band touring Europe. Uncle Duty. He grins. As little Riley finger paints on butcher paper. Smudges of blue and gold. Justin cooks. Chili upgraded. Craft beer paired. We eat by candlelight, ritual nod to that blackout. 10 years. He toasts. Eyes crinkling. From DVD to this. Wouldn't trade. Glass clinks, warmth spreads. Post-dinner, couch sink-in, Brokeback cued, not for pain but perspective. Screen flickers, Ennis's final scene hits. The shirts, forever hung. Justin's arm tightens. We beat that ending. We did. Kiss soft, seasoned with time. Night deepens, talk turns reflective. His Ohio scars faded but traced. Folks visits regular. Dad's coming out story at PFLAG meetings. They see us now, really see. Mine too. Art school's doubts silenced by sales. Students who confide. Your work made me brave. Tyler's pride constant. Big bro shield. But humanism tempers triumph. Losses linger. Friend from the center lost to illness. Rally we led in his name. Justin's freelance dip during pandemic. Our Zoom dates sustaining. Fights evolve. Not hiding but habits, his clutter, my overthink. Resolved in therapy. Shared sessions unpacking boyhood baggage. Kids. Debated late nights. Foster like us, adoption dreams. Riley's enough for now but future whispers. Morning. Coffee brewing. Justin's at the easel, new project. Mural for the center. Figures emerging from shadows, hands extended. Your pose, he says, sketching my profile. I smile, palette in hand. Make me heroic. You are. Day unfolds ordinary magic. Market run for fresh bread. Park stroll where Riley chases pigeons. Tyler's call. Gig tonight. Bring the fam? Evening dive hums familiar. Tyler shreds stage. Mia harmonies velvet. We dance. Riley on shoulders. Justin's hand in mine. Public, unapologetic. After Allie linger full circle. That first kiss here, he murmurs. Best impulse. Forehead touch, world pauses. Home, bed welcomes, bodies known, loves affirmed. Dawn filters, his breath steady beside. Life's tapestry. Dramatic arcs bent gentle. Emotions ebbing, not eroding. Romance rooted deep. Betrayals? Forged stronger. Conflicts? Catalysts. In America's mosaic, Brooklyn beats, Wyoming wins, Ohio heartlands. We carved space. Hidden truths? No more. Just us, facing forward, hands clasped. The rain starts soft outside, gentle patter. I stir Justin's arm draping. Another movie night? Always. Fade to credits, our story unwritten end, but beautifully begun.